I'm Aryeh Schwartz, along with my co-host, Rachel Galligan, and welcome to the WNBA Insider Show. Each week, we cover different topics important to the W, using X's and O's along with key stats to bring honest and critical analysis. This is a special gathering, a special episode in honor of a WNBA record that was set less than 20 minutes ago, less than 30 minutes ago. Liz Cambage. I need to read out this stat line before, Rachel, I let you go on this lovely rant. 17 of 22, that's a 77 field goal percentage. 15 of 16 from the the free throw line, and 4 of 5 from the 3-point line. And that doesn't even mention, that does not bring in to the equation the even some, in many ways, more ridiculous stat line, which was she had 10 rebounds, 5 blocks, 2 assists, and a steal. I mean, that's a pretty complete game. Rachel, go on your rant. Do your thing.
I told you before we started recording, I don't know if I'm in the right frame of mind because I'm just like, my heart's racing from the performance and what we all just had a chance to watch. But just alone, 15 for 16 from the free throw line. First and foremost, that stat alone is revealing because there's been a lot of talk lately about Cambage and refs being able to ref her the right way. And I think we saw tonight a little bit more of a concerted effort to, get her to the free throw line because she is getting fouled. And so, tremendous job. I mean, the Wings did a great job of really going into her the first half. They went away from that the third quarter. I'll get to that here in a second. They went back to it in the fourth quarter. And ultimately, that's why the game was won. They went inside to Cambage, and that's how they were able to, win the game. There's no rocket science behind that. But, she was able to get to the free throw line, which is a huge part in this, especially with the frustration she's been dealing with personally with these refs and some of the frustration she deals with the way teams play her. It's not been an easy last few weeks for her. A lot of frustrations in that way. And that just kind of adds to the storyline and in my mind to what she did today with breaking the single game scoring record at 53, because she is such a dominant force. And I know we joke about it all the time about me driving the Liz Cambage hype train, but I really think today isn't just a statement. Today is just like, okay, here I am. Like, you all need to recognize me type of thing. This is the type of player we're talking about. And she has to be in the discussion of MVP, especially with what the Wings are doing. Like I said, we talked about in the previous podcast, it's really wide open from a lot of players. But what she did today has to take notice from a lot of people across the board. And I think it showed that Dallas, I made this comment to you before we started recording, that if Liz Cambage is not on this Dallas team, they are below, the lower level of the pack. She makes this team from her presence on the floor, the way they play, the way their offenses ran through her. I mean, all of a sudden, just like that, now she's second in the lead in scoring. I mean, it's unbelievable what she's capable of doing, and my thoughts are all over the place. But she is a dominant force, and I'm telling you, because of what she brings to the table, what she is doing for this Dallas Wings team, she's going to have to be in that MVP discussion come this second half of the league, and especially depending on how the Wings finish up.
Yeah, I got to agree. I will quickly rain on the parade just a tiny bit. I'm in DC right now, and it's pouring rain, so I feel the need to. It was against a bottom team, a non-playoff team, the New York Liberty. And we talked about this before we hopped on because we were trying to calm ourselves down a little bit about how insane this stat line, how insane this game was for her. There is not a player on the roster of New York that has a chance to contain the greatness that is Liz Cambage. This game, New York last year, they've changed it around a little bit, but New York last year was just dead right horrible in transition ball. And Dallas is a team that likes to push it, get the ball in transition, and then when they are slowed down, when they aren't pushing the ball like that, and you have Liz down low, I mean, that's just a recipe for success. And I agree with you, because let's talk about this. If Liz doesn't drop these 53 points, this game is pretty darn close. And I'm not saying like, oh, take 53 points away and then no, what I'm saying is like, obviously someone's going to fill some of those points. The game's going to be different. But what I'm saying is they would be in a neck and neck battle with New York, a team that is bottom of the league right now. So all I can say is, Rachel, keep on spitting those dimes. Talk to me, Rachel. Liz is the thing that I first noticed when she came this season. I had watched a lot of overseas stuff. I had some question marks. I had some ideas of what she was going to do. She exceeded it starting day one. The mobility she has shown me, her flexibility in positions, even though at her size, she doesn't necessarily have the ability, to go 1 through 5, but she has that ability. She's like dodging, ducking, going underarms, going in between legs, doing all these crazy things that I'm blown away at her versatility at her size. Can you talk to me as somebody who has played multiple levels of basketball as a big, as they say? Talk to me about what impresses you most about her ability in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, it would be easy to think, man, she's 6'8" and they're just lobbing it into her and she's shooting layups now. They do a tremendous job of that. She's got great hands. She does a tremendous job of, really finishing around the basket with people hanging on her. And honestly, today, she missed a lot of easy ones. The few that she did miss were right around the basket. There was a lull there maybe early in the third where she missed a couple easy ones. And, so she could have had even more. But what she's doing, they were getting it up into her in the high post, and she's able to attack the basket going left or right. Today she finishes 4 for 3 from the 3-point line, I think it was, which, she's out there hitting threes, which she's totally, capable of doing. And so you see the size and the presence that she brings offensively, defensively, and then you're seeing the different ways in which she can score. And we're not even talking about her ability to play out of a trap. So the ball goes into her on the block and she's towering over people. There might be just one person behind another person coming into trap or to front. And her ability to pass out of that is extremely effective. There was one point where she caught it on the block and the trap didn't come because they didn't think that she was a threat, kind of the position where she was at. She took one dribble backwards, drew that defender in. So now she has 2 defenders on her and she kicked it out to Kayla Thornton for a wide open shot. Nailed it. I mean, that's the understanding that not everybody picks up on in what she's doing. To pull that defender in the way she did that to open up for her teammate on that wide open shot. I mean, that's advanced, and that's what she brings to this team. The things that don't necessarily always show up in the stat sheet, but her versatility is remarkable. Like I said, we're not just talking about a 6'8" presence who we're lobbing it up to and she's shooting layups. She's obviously great at that, but she can do so much more, and that's what we need to recognize. And she's just going to continue to show us.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous day. Rachel is literally the engine master. I don't even know who's the conductor. Rachel's literally the conductor on the Elizabeth Cambage hype train, and I respect that. We go head to head often. Liz Cambage hype train going against the Azurá Stevens hype train, neck and neck. I'll say you got it this game, and I hopped on. I had a little boarding party over there. It's an exciting game, and it's exciting for the Dallas Wings. Now, I will say something that was pointed out to me by a very wise Twitter personality. I'm blanking on his name right now. If you were hyped on the performance and you decided, hey, I need some Liz Cambage gear, some Liz Cambage swag, you will be sadly mistaken because still on the websites, you cannot get it. It's a huge issue. Nike, get it together. WNBA, get it together, because these players are balling out. Liz Cambage is a personality that literally prints money. She's out there balling. She's great on Twitter. The memes of her dancing or filing her nails are amazing. I mean, get this girl a talk show. Get this person. Get her a billion cameras on her right now. I really hope. Somebody else pointed out to me the last time a professional basketball player in the NBA or WNBA, or as I like to say, the highest levels of basketball, scored 50 and 10. Got any ideas?
Go ahead and tell me.
Michael Jordan.
Yep.
So, well, exactly. So everyone needs to slow their roll. on the amazingness of basketball and all this stuff and tune into the WNBA. Get it together. Liz Cambage's greatness. Yes, Rachel.
Can I add something? And the craziest part of this is the third quarter, and just going back to the makeup of this game, this Liberty Wings game. The Liberty did a great job that third quarter. They came out after halftime and really punched the Wings in the face and made a great run. They actually took the lead at one point. They were up 1. And Dallas completely went away from going inside to Cambage. I think she had three shot attempts in that third quarter. So, easily could have gone for 60. And that's the craziest part is, she makes a couple of those easy bunnies she missed and she was frustrated with. You go into her 3 more times in that third quarter, and we're talking 60 and really like easily. And I agree with you on the Cambage. I did have somebody tweet me with a jersey of hers. So I know that it's possible to get them. But I agree. Let me explain myself here. I know people are probably annoyed with my the hype train that I am driving, but honestly, it's warranted because it goes so much deeper than just on the floor. This is a very strong woman who is comfortable in her own skin, who, embraces kind of just the grind that it is every single day in the WNBA. She's hilarious. She's out here dominating, and she just everything that she is bringing to the table, everything that she represents. Now, some people might call her dirty. I like to differentiate that because there are frustrations when it comes to playing as a player of that size. But she's got an edge to her, and we've got to celebrate that because it's because of that edge that she just did what she did today. And a lot of people have kind of overlooked her. And I think that probably fuels her a little bit more every day too. So like you said, people have got to jump on the train. People have got to take notice because she is an incredible ambassador for the WNBA right now. And I really think we need to spend some more time really celebrating that.
I'm going to close out this episode with basically loosely quoting Liz Cambage in the post-game interview, essentially saying, I've done some cool things in China, in Australia, and even in the W, but this is definitely one of the greatest. And there's many people who doubted my ability to do things on this level of greatness in the WNBA, so I did it for them. She did it for you, haters. Get used to it. This has been the WNBA Insider Show special with Rachel Galligan and Aryeh Schwartz. I hope you enjoyed. Tune in. Every week we have different topics important to the W.